Hi everyone, it's Jen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have some project shares. I'm going to be offering these items in my Etsy shop starting on Monday, October 24th. I'm going to be listing them for sale at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. In case you're interested, I have a link down below to my Etsy shop where you can favorite my shop if you'd like, and then you'll be notified when I have new listings. So it's taken me a while to make these gingerbread arrangements. I made some last year and they were very well received. So thank you so much if you purchased from me before. This year I made them a little bit different. I made them bigger. I made a few different themes, added more goodies. And each one is unique, so I hope you enjoy them. I'm going to show you each one in detail, and yeah, let's get started, okay? So the first one is called the Primitive Gingerbread Man Baking Arrangement in Rusty Pail. So I'm going to try and show it to you like this. It's kind of hard to get everything in, but I'll spin it around so you can see. So to start with, this is a pail that I painted in some textured like a rusty colored finish just to make it look nice and aged. So I think it came out beautifully. I'll show you an example of last year's in a second, but this is bigger. This is about 10 inches tall, including the greenery, and about 7 inches in diameter. So this one I made baking themed. So I made a little gingerbread man, oops, sorry, bumped my tripod, and I sewed him out of some primitive fabric that has little brown stars on it. And I made up the pattern myself. I sewed on eyes with seed beads, and I used mini rickrack on the around his head and on his hands. And then I tied a homespun ribbon around his neck, and I sewed on a little rusty star button with some pearl cotton. And then next to him is a wooden star, and this one is painted in a cranberry color, and then it has grapevines wrapped around it, a piece of homespun strung through it, and he's got a jingle bell too right there. So it gives a little bit of a jingle when you're moving it around. And then I added a little faux tree-shaped cookie down there. I think that's a nice little touch. And then this is a rolling pin that has the word Noel kind of etched into it. And I distressed it, aged it with some paint, and painted the handles and made those a little grungy looking as well. I added a candy cane that I made. This is made out of well, it's covered in primitive homespun fabric that I ripped and wrapped around the candy cane. And then I put some rusty wire and then strung a couple of rusty jingle bells through that as well. So there are 3 jingle bells total on this one. These are faux little cranberries that are sprinkled with faux snow. And then I added greenery all the way around. So if you turn it around, you'll see there's pine cones as well. And it looks nice from every angle. There's some more of those faux cookies. There's some homespun sticking out of the bottom. This greenery has some really pretty, like tiny red berries on it, and just different kinds of greenery to give it some texture. Everything is securely glued in, so you won't have to worry about that, but I do ask you to pick it up from the base, not from the handle. This label is from a paper collection in my stash, so I just cut it out with a deckled edge and distressed it, and then I glued on a little rusty tin gingerbread man with a little button on him. So, and then I added a green and cream gingham ribbon and tied a bow as well. So that's that one. Isn't that cute? This would look so nice, like just anywhere. On a table would be great because it looks nice from any side, or put it wherever you'd like, and it makes a great gift too. So all of my gingerbread arrangements are going to be priced at $40 plus shipping, and shipping will be calculated based on priority mail and where you're living. So that's the first one. And let's move on to the second one. Okay, the second one is similar but a little bit different. And this one is called the Cinnamon and Orange Primitive Gingerbread Man Baking Arrangement in Rusty Pail. So this is number 2. So let me just show you at first what it looks like all at once. So this one I did add a gingerbread man, but this one has a little bit more of a rounded head. And that fabric is another vintage primitive fabric that has little stockings with gingerbread men and candy canes sticking out of it. And I've used this before in my crafts, and it's really one of my favorite fabrics, so I use it sparingly. I did want to include it in one of these arrangements though. He also has a red button on him, and I tied a pretty checked homespun ribbon around him. He has seed bead eyes and rickrack as well. This one is scented, so if you like something to add a little bit of scent to your atmosphere, then this one will be perfect. It's got a cinnamon broom, so it smells very cinnamony, but I also glued on a real real dried orange slice. And there's a cinnamon stick bundle sticking out here too, so it smells really good, just mostly cinnamon, but a little hint of orange as well. I made another candy cane here, different fabric, also with the wire and the bells. I added another rolling pin. This one says fa la la, but it's painted the same way as the previous one. This one also has pine cones and berries and different greenery sprinkled throughout. And I'll show you it from every side, every angle. There's another one of those tree-shaped faux cookies, more pine cones. Love this greenery. I think it adds a really nice contrast to the other greeneries. Also those little cranberries. I love sticking them in little spots in these arrangements. They're just a cute little addition, I think. This one has a label. This one I believe is from October Afternoon in my paper collection, and it says Season's Greetings, and I did decal the edge of this one and distressed it as well. I put a little polka dot paper behind it. This one I added a wooden gingerbread man that I painted and glued on a couple of teeny tiny buttons. And this one has the same ribbon as the other one, but this one is cranberry and cream, so I glued that on, and also the bow. So this is the second arrangement. Super cute, right? Also baking theme, but more scented. I know not everybody likes the scent of cinnamon, so that's why I didn't add that to the first one. Okay, number 3 is it's not a gingerbread theme. This one is a little different. It's the Cinnamon Woodland Deer primitive Christmas arrangement in Rusty Pale. So this one is a deer themed. And I know not everybody loves a gingerbread theme, or maybe you do, but you want to add a little bit something different to your decor. So here we go. Okay, the inspiration of this one was this deer, and this was a wooden deer that I got last year at Joann's, and it was just kind of a rough deer shape, or wood shape. So I sanded it, painted it tan. I added some faux stitching, a little Nouveau drop for his nose, and some black paint for his eye. And I love how that came out. That was the focal point of this arrangement. And then I added this little hat. This is supposed to be an ornament, but I took off the loop and then I added a one of those rusty stars on the top of that. It has faux greenery on it, tied with a piece of twine and some faux berries. And I think it looks so cute tucked in there, really nice and primitive, and it's a perfect size. Of course, there's tons of greenery added. I love the ones that are flocked. And then this one has a cinnamon broom as well, but this one has a dried lime slice. I just wanted to keep the colors kind of green and not add like oranges to this one. So this one also has some really nice pine cones around, as you can see. And it's got some of those faux cranberries, some homespun in there peeking out. More pine cones, lots of berries, lots of different greeneries as well. And I used it's kind of a grosgrain ribbon. It's red. It's not shiny at all. I think it adds, or it picks up the red in the basket really nice. And the label I used, this is from, I think it's from Stamperia. It's a really cute deer. It says Christmas on it, and I distressed the edges of the paper to make it look nice and vintage and glued that onto my rusty pail. And all the pails are the same. They're the same size, about 10 by 7 with the embellishments in it. So there's that one, the Woodland Deer arrangement. I really like this. I think it's different and super cute. So there's that one. Okay, and the last arrangement I have is not Christmas theme per se, it's more of a winter theme because I know not everyone celebrates Christmas and maybe you want a cute arrangement that doesn't necessarily scream Christmas. And this one you could keep out all winter long as well, which is nice. So this is the blue winter themed primitive gingerbread arrangement. So this is that one, and I don't work with blue that often, so I wanted to, challenge myself and make a blue arrangement. And this one might be my favorite one of all because I love blue in the winter. Blue and white is just such a nice combination, and if you celebrate Hanukkah, then I think that this would be perfect for you. It does have a gingerbread man, but that doesn't necessarily mean Christmas. I mean, it means baking, right? So this gingerbread man, I use the same pattern as the last one with the bigger head. This one is made out of a blue and cream homespun fabric, again with the rickrack and seed beads. And I hand coffee dyed this fabric. This is Osnaburg fabric. I think that's what it's called. It's kind of like a linen fabric, and frayed the edges to make it look nice and distressed. This one has the same stars in the first arrangement, but this one is blue, and it's also got grapevines and homespun and jingle bell on there. This one I added a snowflake, and it's glittered, as you can see. I think it just adds a nice wintry touch. And then this little glittered star, I thought accented or emphasized the star theme behind it. I put in some flocked pine cones and lots of greenery, of course. So let's turn it around so you can see more pine cones at the bottom, in the back. This one has a big pine cone cluster in the back, and then these little, like, not sure what they are, but I thought they were a really cute addition to the back there. Just a nice little detail. Lots of nice pines and evergreens. This is one of my favorite greeneries here. It has a really nice looking faux twig and then nice like soft pine needles. So there's pine cones throughout as well. I tied this one with a ribbon that's kind of like a dark green. It's kind of hard to tell here, but in the sunlight you could see that, and it's got snowflakes on it, so I thought that was perfect for this. This label I made with the vintage stamp from Diana Markham, Snow Ice Cream, and it gives you the recipe there. I distressed it and sprayed it with some glitter spray to give it a little bit of, sparkle. I don't know, it's kind of not coming up here, but in person you could see it. And then I added a vintage snowflake paper behind that, distressed the edges of that as well. And yeah, that's that one. So I really like this for, the whole season long, just something to keep out when you put your Christmas decor away. Your decorations look bare and you're kind of a little sad. This way it'll keep you happy throughout the winter. And would make a great gift too. I think any of these would. And the last little bonus item I have is I made some extra candy canes. So I have this little bundle of 5 homespun candy canes. They're about 9 inches from top to where it curves, but you can bend these yourself into any shape you want. You can even straighten them out if you want, or make a smaller bend, but I'll send them along like this. They're tied together with another piece of that coffee dyed fabric. I punched a hole in one of the rusty gingerbread men, added a jump ring as a little charm, and then I printed this out from the LOTB Digi Shop on Etsy, colored it, glittered it, put an eyelet in there, and made it a little charm. So this will also be listed in my Etsy shop. This will be $10, and it will ship a little bit cheaper because I'll put this in a bubble mailer, and this will go as first class mail. So again, all of these items will be in my Etsy shop tomorrow, which is Monday, October 24th at 11 a.m. When I package these up, I'm going to put them in a clear basket bag and then tie it with a nice ribbon at the top. So if you want to give it as a gift, it'll be packaged already for you, and they will be wrapped in bubble wrap in the package, in the box. I try to package everything very carefully. I want it to get to you in beautiful, pristine condition. I'm really proud of these, and I don't want anything to happen to them during transit. So I will package them really, really well. Don't worry about that. I just wanted to come on quick and show you the difference in this year's and last year's. This is last year's gingerbread bucket that I made. I saved this one for myself. I keep it in my craft room all year long. And in my right hand is this year. So you can see the size difference there. It's quite substantial difference. So this is the baby and this is the mama. So I forgot to mention that in my video. So I'm just going to insert this in the video so you can see the difference. Okay, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them below. And thank you so much for watching. Thanks for your support. I appreciate every one of you, either just for watching or purchasing or your encouraging words, thumbs up, everything. So thanks again, and I'll be back soon with more crafty videos. Take care, everybody. Bye.